a lower level entry CPU with a flagship GPU, the RX 9070 XT, and we're gonna see how much of a bottleneck there is. Are you really influenced that much by your ability to play and perform on things by the CPU, especially if you're on a 1440p monitor like I have here? You know, there's probably a lot more limitation if you're doing computations like CPU heavy computational things or on a 1080p monitor. But for today's purpose, at least on this live stream, we're going to try it out with a 1440p monitor. Now, if you do happen to come in and join the stream and request 1080p, we might try that out as well. But we're going to run through some games, check it out, you know, see if there are really some problems. So we did a test with the 9070 XT yesterday on the Intel Core Ultra 250KF Plus, which was this CPU right here. And we actually did path tracing 1440p on Cyberpunk, and without any kind of frame generation or anything, we found ourselves getting, I think it was 50 to 60 FPS on path tracing. We did some frame gen and we were sitting at like 100 to 120. So today we might play that game, look at some other games, just kind of compare when you drop from, you know, a CPU that's around $200, $220 to one that's going for like 85. You can probably find them used for like $70 to $80, what that comparison might look like. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. I'm gonna go ahead and get the live chat going so I can interact with you guys. If you're new here lately, I have been doing a lot more streaming simply for the fact that I just don't have time to devote, you know, 8 to 10, 12, however many hours it takes to make a video. So I'm gonna go ahead and enable that live chat just to hang out with you guys, get some suggestions, see what you guys want to see played on here. I'll let you look at the build as well, so we'll get a little closer look at this. I'll show you the great makeshift GPU holder I have, because the 9070 XT isn't heavy, but it's really long. It barely fits into this case. So I'll take you over here with me. I have this great block right here, followed by a card that I folded in half. Here's the 9070 XT, the Ryzen 5 5500. We are only using 16 gigs of RAM. So if you're new to my content, what kind of happened and how we came upon this computer, I guess I'll keep it over here. I do a giveaway where I give PCs away. I have a newsletter that I update people on upcoming content, kind of just tell them about what they can expect on this channel. And when people subscribe to that, I have given them the option and ability to win a PC. And the person that won the PC most recently actually showed up and donated me parts of this PC. So they gave me the Ryzen 5 5500, 16 gigs of RAM, the motherboard, and the case. So we've kind of been using it and just playing around with it and trying to figure out what we're gonna do with it. So yeah, while we're waiting on people to jump in here, get into the stream, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, please let me know. I stream sporadically. It's usually like more in the afternoon during the weekdays if I'm going to be doing it. But you're more than welcome to come in, suggest some games, even leave a comment here of like games that you want to see. And if you do join the stream, you know, be aware that like I can't afford all the games. So if there's something I don't have and you'd like to see it tested, you're more than welcome to, you know, go through the website that I've got for the newsletter. You guys can donate there or go through Super Chat, whatever you want. But let's go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna test some stuff out while we're waiting on folks to show up. So I feel like we could probably start off with the finals because that's what we ended with yesterday, ironically. So we'll go ahead and jump into that. I'll let you guys look at me here. So the finals is what we ended up with on the 250KF Plus yesterday. This is the Ryzen 5 5500, so it'll be interesting to see like the contrast because this is a CPU heavy game. Ryzen 5 5500 CPU. We're doing the 9070 XT as the GPU today. So we're gonna check out, you know, how well this runs. I don't know if that's a good angle for you guys or not. We're gonna see how well it runs in comparison to that Core Ultra 250KF Plus. Also, there's a very strong chance you guys are gonna hear my little ones in the background, so enjoy it, I guess. Cool. So let's go ahead and just immediately start out. Oh, you know what? I do need to. Now, I am going to say I'm aware of this. You guys will probably be aware of this. You can probably see where it says activate Windows down here. I do not have the correct drivers and some of those things on here. So that will be a factor because I took my storage from my PC and put it on here, and I use Intel, and I didn't want to have to go through the process of doing all of that. So there will be some faults. So we'll just get through that. But as far as video goes, no frame gen, VSync is off. I think you guys can see this. Let me pull you a little closer here. No frame gen, VSync is off. It does have AMD FSMR, or FSR, whoops. And Epic, everything is on Epic. So let's go ahead and try and jump into a game here and see what it looks like and how it runs. Bottleneck or overkill. Oh, it's absolutely going to be, it's going to be overkill for what it is capable of. I think I ended up enjoying it more from this side if I remember correctly. It's definitely going to be overkill. There we go, that's not bad. I think maybe you guys can kind of see me here. Yeah, it'll definitely be overkill, but I don't know how much of a bottleneck we'll see in comparison to yesterday. So I think yesterday we were getting like 150 to 200 FPS on these settings. So interesting to see what we get today. And also I think another limiting factor is going to be this only has 16 gigs of RAM, which does matter when you go up to settings like this. So we'll find that out. Okay. What is this? Is this a shotgun? That is a shotgun. I do not want a shotgun. Those are all locked. Okay. Well, oh man, I got stuck with that. Oh well. So if you are, coming in from YouTube, you're not watching the live stream. Essentially, we're just trying to see like if there are limitations, if you're gonna have a lot of problems. Wow, this looks really clean. I think we're getting maybe 40 FPS, and you guys might be able to see here, we're at like a RAM limitation as well. There's only 16 gigs of RAM. On my main computer, I use 32. So that, that could be an issue. Wow, that was wild. How do I? Oh, I got owned. So we will find out if that's gonna be a problem or not. I imagine it will create some issues. The other thing is, and I might have talked about it with you guys, I'm leaving the stock cooler on this thing. It gets ridiculously hot, and the CPU, I know that the CPU is rated for temperatures that, it claims can go up to like 80 degrees, but we're sitting at 74 degrees, and we just started playing. So we'll find out what to expect, how it's playing, but this is extremely impressive considering that we're on this definitely is a CPU bottleneck. So you can see up here, 250KF plus is inaccurate. We are only using 70% of the CPU and pretty much all of the GPU, and we're getting all of the temperature out of it as well. I don't know if I can swap weapons, can I? I definitely didn't want to do... I definitely did not want the shotgun here. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed so far. I mean, I don't think you would go out of your way to purchase a 9070 XT if you were sitting on the CPU, but what I think it does do is demonstrate that if you were in the market to purchase something and you just so happen to come across a better deal, oh there we go, than what you're expecting. Let's say you wanted to go get a, I don't know, 3070, 3080, something like that, and you just so happen to come across, a 9070 XT for $150, $200 more. This kind of content here would prove perhaps it's worth your time to pick that up, live with the small bottleneck, and then just kind of upgrade your CPU later. Or, depending on the types of games you play, you might not even need to do that. If we're just being honest, this doesn't really need improvement. This is 1440p. I imagine we would probably get worse performance if we went down to 1080p, but this is still pretty solid. So can't complain. Well, that guy just disappeared. Yeah, this is a very solid experience that I'm getting out of it. I mean, Oh, is that a... Oh, that's a sentry. I guess that's why it was red. You guys will have to forgive me. I don't really play this game. I only started playing it for like testing. At some point, you know, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what to do with this PC, if I'm going to give it away or, you know, I've contemplated just selling it to the viewers, because I need to get some more parts in. I really wanted to do a video with the 5050 and the 9050, just to kind of see like what those budget GPU options offer, like the new ones, and they're kind of expensive. So I've been floating the idea around last stream of like adding to my website just parts that I tested on stream, things that I'm trying to get rid of, and see if you guys would be interested in... Wow, that guy's not dead. I am the worst gamer in the world. This sensitivity is so high. This is really impressive though for, you know, max settings, epic settings, and you know, I'm sure if we were to up the RAM, I would imagine that would be better. I feel like that's good for the finals. Oh no, you guys might get to see my little ones in this one. So just be prepared for that. We're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to Arc Raiders because that's another CPU heavy game. So we'll try that out. Kind of figure out how well that's running. Let me go ahead and leave this. Are you okay? Come here. We'll try Arc Raiders out and see how that's going. Careful. Do you want me to hold you?
No. No. What are you doing, Daddy?
Daddy's talking to the camera. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Who on it?
Who's on there? Well, we're gonna play a game. Actually, maybe you guys. No, she could watch some of this. You can't have the camera. They're watching through there.
I want to see.
You want to see what's back there? What it's recording? See, look, it's recording right there, and it's showing what we're doing. They're looking at the computer and what video games Daddy's playing, so they can see how well the software runs. All right, Daddy's gonna show them some games. Okay. Good job, Elsa. You want to work with Daddy? Yeah, that's what they're seeing right there. Well, I can't really play this game with you. I can go back and play a different game. Maybe I'll show you guys. You know what? Here, I'll just show you guys. So no one's in the stream, so no one can object. My daughter likes this game, and we played it yesterday. So here I am fairly positive. Come here. Do you want to see it? You want to see the zoo? So we did this game yesterday with a 250 KF plus.
I want the roller.
Yeah. No, Daddy will hold you because we're doing it standing up. And on the 250 KF plus, it looks incredible. On this one, I think we're going to have some lag and run into some problems. So this is extremely CPU computational. Did you see that bird?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we might run into some issues there. But let's go through here. Show you guys some of the animals, not aminals, what they look like.
Where's that bear going?
I don't know where that bear is going. Here, let's make sure everyone can see this. It's in the shot well. There we go. So I'll pull this up. If you guys were in the stream yesterday, you watched the video when we had it paired. Like, it ran so smooth. Oh, here we go. We can look at the elephant again.
Aww, it's poop.
It's pooping. Here, let's see what graphics we've got this set on. We have it on Ultra. Everything is maxed out. Okay, so let's go back and yeah, you can definitely tell that like it's not quite as high quality, but still, guys, like look at that. This is there's a lot of poop over there, huh? This is still really solid looking. Why is there so much poop on these? It still looks good. There's definitely a drop in some of the quality there.
Some poop, get it.
Oh no, it pooped, didn't it? But not bad. Like this is playable. I want to go and look at. I'll show you guys the animals. Let's go look at the lemur. Okay, which one is it? Is it the lemur? Yeah. Let's go look at these. So these things move around a lot, and this is where you'll probably see like a potential drop.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
You want to see the lemur?
Hmm.
These guys move around a lot and they run.
That lemur.
That's a lemur. And if it does start to get bad, like, here's where we'll probably see some lag. Or
I want a different lemur.
you want one that's running and doing stuff. This one's not doing it. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, you can see like some of it is a little behind here. Hello, Peter. How are you? It's not bad though. Yeah, for a 5500, this is pretty solid. Oh yeah, you could yeah. Can you guys see like where it like showed some that it was like not even existing? But still good quality. I mean, this is ultra on 1440p, so like you can't really complain. All right, you want a different animal?
No.
Okay, what do you want now? Do you want a lion?
No. I have.
Do you want a hippopotamus?
No.
Do you want a zebra or a giraffe?
I want to see that one.
Which one? That's the lemur. We already saw the lemur. Here, how about we do the giraffe and the zebra? Where's the giraffe and the zebra? Over here? Where are they at? Giraffe. Oh, there's the giraffe. Ooh, yeah, it looks, I mean, it still looks really solid, and there's not like a lot of like problems with it. Hello, what resolution are you running? This is 1440p. I think you guys should be able to see pretty well. Aww. So this is Planet Zoo. If you've never played Planet Zoo, it's a tycoon roller coaster simulator type game where you build the world. That one's like looking at us. It's extremely CPU demanding. So if we were to go outside of this and let's go look at a crowd. I showed the stream this yesterday.
I want to see a lion.
You want to see a lion? Okay, give me just a second. Like if you go in and look at the crowd here, like your FPS will dip a lot, and when they're doing things, here, let me move back here. When they're doing things, like you might start to get a little bit of lag and delay. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. This really isn't too bad though, sitting at 50 FPS with everything maxed out. Oh yeah, you can see like they're kind of morphing together a little bit on there. But again, this is a Ryzen 5 5500 and it's doing work, so cannot complain. Okay, can Daddy, what did you want to see?
A lion.
You want to see a lion? Okay, Daddy's going to show you the lion and then he's going to show other people different games, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go look at the lion.
And hippo?
No, we said the lion. Oh, look at that cute little baby cub. So Ryzen 5 5500 again, you guys, is like, I don't know, $80, $85 brand new.
Lion.
Yeah, there's a big one over there, huh? And like this is paired with a 9070 XT. So like I said, if you were in a spot where like you had a CPU similar to this, don't be discouraged to get a nicer GPU if you found it at a good value. I wouldn't go out and pay $800 and pair these two, but like you can upgrade this component and then worry about the CPU later.
I want to see a hippo.
Okay, we'll look at a hippo and then we're all done, okay? Hippo, hippopotamus. Last one, deal?
No.
Deal.
I want two of them.
No, we said this is the last one. There's the hippo. Wow, it's such a big hippo.
A small baby one.
I don't know if there is a baby one. Is there a baby hippo? What is that? Is that a hippo? Oh, that one's sleeping. Hi, hippo. It's passed out. Yeah, there might not be a baby hippo.
Like that, Mama.
Oh, that one's going to sleep too. Okay, that was all. Daddy's going to show them some other games now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you going to go play?
Yeah, I thought fun. I want fun.
That was fun. I'm glad you had fun.
Tell Mommy.
You're going to go tell Mommy. So that was Planet Zoo. That's an extremely heavy computational game. If you go back and look at the stream yesterday with the Ryzen, or not the Ryzen, the Intel Core 250KF Plus, it was titled like testing out free games on the 9070 XT. That will show you how we did in this game. But let's check out Arc Raiders because that's another CPU demanding game.
Be quiet.
What?
Sorry, Mommy.
It's working on this video.
Nah, wait. Yeah.
But this is another very CPU computational heavy game, so you'll get like an understanding of, because I've seen this one push them really hard, and this is also a use case of like, if we were to take the 16 gigs of RAM we have right here and swap that out for 32 gigs, I bet we would get more FPS. I bet we would. Not by a ton, but by a marginal amount. So I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, in Arc Raiders, this game did get up to like 23, 24 gigs of RAM at times. So like the 16 gigs of RAM at ultra type settings is going to be a hindrance. Oh yeah. So when you're doing like shaders and stuff like that, you guys can see this. The CPU will just get crazy. And this is pretty standard. It doesn't really need an aftermarket cooler, but for 20 bucks, it's gonna be a lot cooler than that, so. All right, let's go ahead, and I haven't played this game in a very long time, so we're gonna try to play Arc Raiders. Please forgive me, I've pretty much forgotten how to press any buttons on this, so we're gonna give it a go, see how it goes. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I have been enjoying kind of getting back and hanging out with all of you, just doing some content again. And streaming is just honestly easier. Like I talked about this in the stream yesterday. The amount of effort and time that it goes into making a video is so challenging for me because I have full-time work, I have 2 kids, you know, just life in general. And it can be really discouraging. Like I can only sometimes put out a video every 2 or 3 weeks, and then the video just completely tanks. But I can put out a stream that gets as many views or more, and this takes me 2 hours of time. So let's go ahead and check our graphics here. Leave VSync off. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see these things. 1440p, obviously. FSR balanced. Let's go ahead and turn on some ray tracing, see if that makes a difference. Just joins, what's the CPU, GPU? We are running a, oh man, this lagged it. So I am moving here. It's not doing anything. There we go, now it's moving. It is a Ryzen 5 5500 and an RX 9070 XT. Excuse me. So we are going to, ooh, look at that, guys. 81 degrees. It is not enjoying moving. Oh man. I can't remember if there's an epic or an ultra. If it's epic or if I just doomed myself and went all the way back to the very beginning. I think I did. I think I have to go back down. Oh, there is a cinematic. Is there a cinematic for this too? No, okay. Okay, so we're gonna run with this maxed out because that's in theory what you think a 9070 XT should be able to do. So I'm just gonna leave this on here. I'm not going to show you guys me so that you can see how the game actually looks while I'm playing it and what kind of FPS we're getting. So the CPU did drop in temperature a little bit. This is running really smooth though. I expected to have a little more input delay or something that caused me some challenges. Where am I going? I'll just go over here and, oh, there it is, you guys. Did you see that? That's where I was talking about where like the CPU starts to become a limitation. So I can run this with a 250 KF plus, no problem, and never run into any problems. But here, we did have a hard stutter. We've never really dropped like here FPS wise, but we had that hard stutter where we probably would see, you know, just briefly how bad that was. Hi, baby. All right, I'm just gonna go fight these. I don't really care about my loot or anything like that. So I'm gonna go get myself in a battle. Oh, I mean, it looks good. Outside of that one stutter right there, it's not been bad. You know what? Maybe it just needed a second. Ow. Oh, we're gone. Oh yeah, it's the end of the line for me here. Please. Yep. Oh. Okay. Is it? That's not the one that's about to blow up, is it? This is the end of the world for me. Oh yeah, there we go. Did you guys see that one? That one was bad. Okay, so we're about to go down here. So what we are seeing kind of confirms like what I've talked about before.
Baby daddy.
What?
Daddy.
Oh no, what happened? It kind of confirms what I was talking about before, where you're gonna have like the nice, but then there are really bad drops at times that like it can ruin your experience if it's a really CPU heavy game, which Arc Raiders is. So there was that. We can jump into something like, I don't know, let's do, I can't remember if the shaders are loaded in this or not. We'll try Black Myth Wukong if the shaders are loaded. If not, we're gonna exit out of it because it takes forever. So again, if you guys are joining, you are unfamiliar with what I'm doing here. We're just taking a Ryzen 5 5500. So this CPU here, pairing it with a 9070 XT. Basically, we just want to know like, if you are in a spot where you have a budget CPU, a lower end CPU, can you pair it with something nicer? And where are you going to see the limitations? Because this is 1440p, so we're more heavily relying on our GPU. But there are still times where like we really need the CPU to kick in, and as you saw at Arc Raiders, like there were some challenges for it at times. We are not sitting through that. We have shader compilations. I am not going to put you guys through that. Stop. Confirm. Okay, so that's not loaded up. What about, we could try, I think Crimson Desert might be, if you guys want to try that. We could try Crimson Desert out, see how that goes. We'll get that loaded up. You know what, that might not have the shaders or whatever it is either. So this is also where you're going to find like, and I've talked about this in actual videos in the past and not streams. There are the moments where like a CPU does make a difference. So when you go to start a game or download, like you're first initializing a game, that process takes so much longer. Or like even today, when I work in the recruiting, headhunting space. That's, you know, the world that I'm in, and I use a lot of software and websites that are kind of challenging for a computer. There were moments where like it was slow to type out what I was saying because it was demanding a lot from it, probably the RAM potentially, and the CPU, because I did have League of Legends running in the background at the same time, like working in between and stuff, whatever. So like here, Crimson Desert is taking a long time to, I clicked on it a while ago. It's taking a while, and we might see that like the shaders are going to go really slow. Compiling shaders, time left, 44 years. Yes, that is 100% a challenge that you're going to face when you have CPUs of this nature. So like, I've talked about these in other videos because I like to do a lot of budget and research and finding out like what your money is worth and how far it can go. And you know, do keep in mind that there are some things like I did not change the drivers on this. Some of that's going to cause some problems and instabilities because I just stuck my NVMe, you know, from the 250KF Plus that I had to an AM4. Sorry, I thought I heard my wife talking to me. Did it just crash? I can't tell if it crashed. It might have crashed. So like some of that's going to cause some instability, but it's just like the fact that you're going down in CPU, all that computational stuff is a trade-off for the money. So you could spend an additional, I mean, honestly, you could go up to a 5600X and probably eliminate 40% of what you're facing with a 5500 or more in these areas. But like here, you guys can see compiling shaders. This might take us a while.
Daddy, can get the water over here?
Yeah, you can take it to mommy. No, don't open it. Go take it to mommy. It's not open. Go take it to mommy. You can take this one. Go take it to mommy. You want that one? Okay.
Go.
And this is actually pretty quick, you guys. This is actually pretty quick in comparison to like some of the other things I've seen. So I did this with a 2060. I might have that over here. This is a 3600. I don't know if you guys can see that well or not. So I did this with a 3600, and I think it was actually slower than the 5500, believe it or not. And then I did this with the 2600. That was a miserable process. That took forever. And then if you're going really, really, really old school, I don't remember where I put it. It's somewhere in my office. Oh, here, this might be it. This is an i5-4590. This took me an hour to load and actually get into a game for Crimson Desert. An hour. Oh, look, we're already here. We're good. It's already done. So like there is an active trade-off, and you can see like this is going crazy on the temperature up here. And I'll let you listen to like the fan. So I'll get close for you guys here. There we go. It calmed down a little bit now that it's like out of that compiling shaders part. But if you are willing to pay a little more money, you will get rid of like a lot of that time. That was actually really fast in comparison to what it normally is. But you'll get rid of a lot of that load time and your life will get easier. But also at the same time, if you just want to save, you know, RAM-wise, we're at 16 gigs of RAM here. So if you want to save money there, I mean, that's probably like 50, 60 bucks instead of, you know, 32 set. And then the 5500 is like 85 opposed to, I've seen 5600Xs go like 120 to 150 these days. So, you know, there are trade-offs to what you're getting. The CPU can be a harsher bottleneck depending on the game because passive around a lot of game event info and passing around and having instructions ready for a fast GPU is a tall ask for a 4-core. Yes, that is true. That is true. But I did want to show you guys like beyond that, once you actually get into a game, it's not that bad. Crimson Desert, if I remember correctly, is pretty solid. So we're going to try that out. Man, this GPU draws so much power. Look at this, you guys. 317, it went up to 338. Excuse me. So we're going to jump on here, run around in Crimson Desert. I'll show you guys the settings really quick, or we'll just put it on whatever. I think we'll probably max it out. So graphics, yeah, everything's already on cinematic anyway. So we'll run around here. I think you guys should be able to see some of this relatively well. Actually, you know what? I'll just show you. I'll pull up closer for you. All right. Cabinet name? I don't know what that means. Are you referring to the case? Oh, I did not mean to get in a fight with you. I'm sorry. I don't remember. Ooh, that wasn't that bad. Wait. No, I did not mean to do that. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. How do I follow this? I haven't played this in a very long time. So I need to go this way. I mean, we're sitting at 60-ish FPS on full maxed out settings. This guy? What am I doing here? Oh, I think I have to fight a swordsman there. Case. I actually don't know what this... Oh, this is an Okinos Aqua 3, I think is what everyone was telling me. I don't know exactly, but I know it's an Okinos. Let me go ahead and skip some of the cinematics for you guys here. Also, I've said this before, so like Black Myth Wukong was a really bad game with it, but like when people speak, there might be a delay if you have a slower CPU. So like those are some of the things that like come in with like that computational power. How do I skip through this again? Fast forward. I'm not a patient person. I have a hard time getting through. I mean, these are cool, but like I wish I had more time. I wanted to play this in Pragmata more. I wish I had more time to devote to these. And maybe some of the streams that I do, I'll just do like sit down and only play that game and give you guys like more. What did I just do? Refinement token? Okay, well, let's go to the next thing then. Wherever that. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to pull out my sword here. How do I get over there? Yeah, I haven't experienced any lag so far, but there's still a lot that like could happen. Or I'm getting a consistent 60 FPS, but I haven't been like in a battle. That's where I saw in this game, like once you start getting in sword fights and stuff, that you're gonna run into some problems. But hopefully you guys can see on your end. This is 1440p, pretty solid. You know, it looks good. It's running smooth. We're getting everything out of the GPU. It's really hot in here, but I mean, whatever. This is on a stock cooler, so you can't really complain too much about it. So yeah, I hope you guys are, warming up or at least kind of enjoying the streaming concept. I've mentioned a couple times, it's just challenging for me to sit down and put together a video and take the time. And I miss interacting. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, fight them. Oh, here we go. Perfect. This will give me, I don't remember how to block or do anything like that. How do I parry? This is not lagging at all. Wow, this is running so smooth. We're actually getting more FPS in these fights. That's extremely impressive. Can I shoot a bow or something? Oh. Okay, let's go back to the sword. Yeah, this is running extremely smooth for being, 5500, and we're in a fight scene here. Very impressive. I don't know if I'd pushed this thing to that kind of limit when I tested it before, so it's good to know that. This is Crimson Desert on a Ryzen 5 5500. Sorry if there's spoilers in here. I assume you guys have probably played or at least are aware of the game at this point, but not bad. So there's some Crimson Desert. Let's go ahead and swap to another game here. If you guys do ever have like requests for specific games, please let me know. And if I don't have them, I'll tell you. You're welcome to donate, like if you want, like super chat or go through my website or whatever. How do I get out of this? Sorry. Oh, that guy's gonna like get me murdered or something because I chopped at him. And I will install it and play it if you want. Obviously, if you're asking for me to test a game, you probably don't have the financial backing to do that. But like if you're just curious and you want to see how something runs on hardware, then you're more than welcome to do that. Let's see. Let's go to. I want to do Pragmata. I like this game. I think it looks amazing. It's a fun game to me. So we will test out Pragmata on. We'll go to ultra settings as well. And you know what? For this one, I should have been doing it on the other games. We'll go ultra. Oh, we're back on the compiling shaders thing. So we'll go ultra, and then we'll see what happens. Like if we drop it down, because from my understanding, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, but when you do higher GPU settings, higher graphics settings, it forces the load onto the graphics card more, so you're less likely to run into problems with the CPU. But we'll try it out and see if that actually is the case here. And we'll try to offload some of it. So we'll start out high, and then we'll come down and see if like we see more stuttering or delay or input or any kind of like input issues or anything like that. So yeah, it's always fun to kind of see these types of like tests and how they actually compute and run, because I started doing the 5500 when it was hated and before people liked it, and then it kind of became the meta because of the pricing and all of that. Like everyone's like, oh, you got to build this thing. It's not that bad. It's not as terrible as people think. I was doing it. I feel like I was doing it before then, because I had actually tested it out and like put in the time and effort, and people were hating on it a lot more. But like before the pricing crisis and all that, I feel like you could make the argument you should just get something at a better price. But it's just such a budget option that why. So, yep, we're going to test out Pragmata here. Like I said, we will do ultra highest settings possible. So I'll just show you guys again here. We'll come in here and max this thing out. So system, options, graphics, 1440p, no VSync, no upscaling. What is dynamic? Image quality to maintain frame rate. We'll turn that off. No frame gen. We'll go high. Some of these things I don't think I can change. think we'll just leave that on. We'll turn that to max. All of this stuff is on. Okay, let's try that. How do I, oh, F, confirm, wait. Adjust graphic settings. Wait, adjust them. Why do I have to adjust the graphic settings? Okay, there we go. Wow, so we're at 147 FPS. You can see the GPU is all the way max. CPU is not, and it's not even as hot as some of the other games were. I wonder if I can just bump you guys up just a hair. There we go. That's better. So we're maxed out on the 5500 and 9070 XT. Game looks really smooth. It's very responsive. I can go shoot some stuff. That way you guys can kind of get a better picture of it. Oh, this isn't where I want to go. I haven't played in a while either, so please forgive me. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Wait, isn't that where I'm supposed to go? Oh man, I was just at a crucial part of the story, and I don't remember what I'm supposed to do at this point. Shelter level upgraded. I don't know what that means. We'll worry about that later. How do I like just go somewhere else? Sorry guys, you should try Cyberpunk. I can try Cyberpunk next. We did Cyberpunk yesterday, so I was saying that at the beginning of the stream. We did Cyberpunk yesterday on the 250KF Plus Ultra. It's so long to say that thing. Oh, here we go. Ride the tram. Here we go. Let's just go fight some people or something. So I did that yesterday on an Intel Core Ultra 250KF Plus and the 9070 XT, and we were able to do path tracing on 1440p here, and we were getting a consistent 50 to 60 FPS. It looked amazing too, by the way. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I will show you guys. We can do Cyberpunk as well. How? I forgot what buttons do what. I just want to go in here and shoot at something for you guys so you can like see it in actual action. Where are the doors? Again, please forgive me, guys. I have not played this in a while. I really haven't played anything in a while. Oh no, oh here we go. Ah, how do I? Oh, here we go. Oh wait. There we go. Okay, cool. Oh, it's gonna blow. This is a cool game, by the way. I know some people are hating. I've had some people in the comments go like, oh, why would I want to play a game that forces me to play a mini game while I'm playing the game? And like that was what was appealing to me is I have a hard time. It's hard for me to keep my attention in single player story mode type games. So the fact that they added that like just made it more appealing to me because I need that constant like, oh, like I don't know, even though I'm a little older, like I just need that constant like interaction. Otherwise my brain is just fried. This is probably enough of Pragma to show you guys. You know, oh wait, I said I would go down to the low settings. So we've been averaging what, 120 to 160 FPS or so. Let's go ahead and drop everything down now and see if it does make an impact on how the game runs because we're now on the CPU. So off, all this stuff off. I guess we can just go this way. It definitely looks a lot more plain. Wow, wait, hold up. Did we drop? I think we dropped FPS. I might be wrong, but I think we went down. Someone can confirm or deny that. Oh, I disconnected for a second. Ow. I'm gonna go, excuse me, try to shoot at something real quick. I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna find anything. Maybe there's no point in trying to go shoot at something. But, oh no, we're I don't know, we got up to 160 FPS there. So it definitely looks a little worse, but in this particular game, at least with what I'm doing now, I'm not seeing a massive difference. So let's go ahead and swap over. Am I having like connection issues here or something? Is my internet down? All right, we are going to go over, because you guys requested, we'll go ahead and swap to Cyberpunk, and we'll check out path tracing on this to see if it's even capable, or if we've been so like bottlenecked at this point now by the CPU. You know, are we going to run into an issue where we just can't handle that? So keep in mind we were at 50 to 60 FPS on the 250KF plus, the Intel CPU. On the Ryzen 550, 500, I don't expect to see that, but it's possible that maybe we're just going to get pulled through with the GPU. I don't know. Yo, Brian. Oh, hey, look, man. My chat has been going in and out. I don't know if you guys are going in and out, like the stream is going in and out, but my chat keeps going out on me. Brian, look. We put a 9070 XT in here, and it's running, by the way. What GPU is this? 9070 XT. We threw the 9070 XT in your PC, or the PC you gave me. Also, so just so you know, I've been contemplating what to do with this PC. I've been thinking about holding out and doing it for the next giveaway. I want to go back here and drive around. So we were in this particular scene here, getting 50 to 60 FPS. We're going to turn on path tracing again. As I was telling you, Brian, I was contemplating selling it, or I'm sorry, keeping it for the next giveaway and just, you know, adding it to that. No way. Are we getting the same exact FPS and the same visuals? That's crazy. This case, it's a nice case. It is a nice case. Yeah, it looks good. It's a nice looking case. I don't like how compact it is. So like, I'm not a micro ATX person. I'm pretty sure it's micro ATX. Like there's no space here. And I had to use this, like a little block and a card folded up to support the GPU because I couldn't figure out what else to put in there. So we are on path tracing. I'll show you that setting really quick, you guys. So what I was saying, Brian, was like, I haven't decided if I'm going to put this in a giveaway or I'll turn off. Oh, okay. We had frame gen on. I think you have to restart to enable that. So path tracing is on here. And we had this on. I think I have to restart to make this work. We had fidelity. I think we had this on. I think to take off frame gen, you have to restart. So we might have to do that really quick. I was deciding that or you missed half the live. Let me see the PC. Okay. Yes, Ryzen 5 5500. So here's the PC, Ryzen 5 5500. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and then we're rocking the 9070 XT today. I'll let you guys look at it while I talk here. So I couldn't decide if I was going to either give it away on the next giveaway, which is possible, or potentially I might consider just like throwing in a 1660 Super or something in there and selling it to one of you guys, the viewers. I've talked about that before because like I need to get some more tech and it's expensive to do all that. So I thought about just listing it on my website. Whoever wants to purchase it can purchase it. And you've seen it on the stream that like it works. So when you buy used stuff, like there's always that concern that you might get something that doesn't work or you're getting scammed, but you've watched me use it. So like maybe that's a peace of mind. I didn't know. I thought I'd maybe ask you to like, you gave it to me, but like I feel kind of guilty selling it if that were the case. But then it would also be going back into the stream, like, or YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm just blabbering on here. Let's go ahead and get this on. Cool. So now we're on Cyberpunk. We will go ahead and load it up now that there's no frame gen on there. Sell it, sell it. I mean, I want to get some new stuff. That's the only reason I even would consider it. It's not like I don't want it because I need money. The only reason I sell stuff is so that I can buy new stuff. That's it. Like you guys that are watching, I put like $1,000 into this initially, and everything I buy and purchase, I just trade and buy new stuff. With the previous update, why it was stuck, I honestly don't know. Stuff ain't cheap right now. No, it's not. So again, we are on path tracing. Oh, it turned it off. Oh, I think it's probably because, oh, I don't know. Okay, this should be fine. So we're on path tracing. we're set to like a very high setting here. So we're on a Ryzen. Let me repeat that, guys. This is a Ryzen 5 5500, hated. It's a budget CPU paired with what is now an $800 GPU with a stock cooler. Stock cooler, right there, stock cooler. It's really hot, by the way. This is a 1440p monitor, so I'm going to show you path tracing on a budget low-end CPU paired with a flagship GPU. So like, look at the quality of this. You guys hopefully can kind of see this. RAM prices have been going down just a little bit. Trade up to a 5090. That's the thing, is I don't care. I don't care about like my personal GPU. I'm using the 9070 XT, and I mentioned this yesterday in the stream. Like, I could literally use a 3060 Ti and be okay. But look at the quality. We're getting the exact same FPS that I was getting with an Intel Core Ultra 250KF Plus. I have to figure out an abbreviation for that because that's way too much. So I guess we're gonna see here if like there's some lag or other issues that we run into. Guys, I keep disconnecting from the chat and I don't know why. Am I dropping on your end? You know what's crazy is I think we might be getting more FPS than we were getting on the Intel. I am dropping on your end? That's not good. I want to get out and stare at the car really quick because we did that yesterday. I think there is some visual difference. Like there's a slight drop. You typed a message and it didn't go. Everything's good on your phone stream. Yeah, I'm wondering if like I'm having some issues with some type of connection or something, because on my end it keeps saying like chat disconnected. Yeah, that's what it keeps saying to me, chat disconnected. But the stream is running, like I'm watching it from my angle and it seems to be okay. So I don't know what's going on. Like if I'm having connection issues, what tech am I wanting to get? I'm wanting to get the RTX 5050. So I looked at the car yesterday and kind of looked at the details. Like you can see this coming out of this. I'm not smart enough to know what this is on the car. I would say like, don't ask me. I'm not going to guess and get that way off. I wanted to get a 5050 and a 9050 to compare the two budget, like the two newer budget GPU options, and see like, is AMD better or is, NVIDIA better? It doesn't look as good as it did yesterday, or it could be because of the time of the day. But the quality is still here. It's still really solid. So I don't understand like what potentially is causing, or like where that drop off really exists. If it's actually the CPU or not. And I did do this for Pragmata. I'll try it on this game. Let's go ahead and go down to low settings. Turn off all the ray tracing and everything. And see if I get any kind of stuttering. Like it doesn't look as good. Hopefully you guys can tell that. NVIDIA has lower input lag now, all the fancy reflex stuff. You would think. But I've tested both of them and I don't know. For me personally, I feel like NVIDIA's slowly starting to get gapped as far as like cost, like performance per dollar. So we bumped up about 100 FPS when we went down to low. So it didn't seem like it made as large of an increase as I would have expected. It definitely looks like lower quality than it did before. Yeah, that's just because I was lazy and I didn't change it. That's what we were using yesterday. I should have changed that, but I didn't. Yeah, up here, and it's saying it's saying 250KF plus up there. That's what we were using yesterday. Yeah, so I mean, here's Cyberpunk, and we're having zero issues whatsoever in this game. It does look lower quality when you lower it down, but this is 1440p. Yeah, this is 1440p. I mean, shoot, man, you could have just kept this thing and thrown a beefy GPU in here. What's my main PC CPU? The 250KF plus. That's what I use. All right, so let's go ahead and call that for Cyberpunk. What should we jump to now so that you guys can kind of get a good feel? Let me see what I've got in here. I don't want to play something that no one absolutely cares about. Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys care about Spider-Man. I could pull up. I know what no one in this stream probably cares about something like Fortnite, but that will show a massive difference in like performance in like a game that is also CPU heavy. So we can load that up real quick and see how that does. Do I have Helldivers? Rust. I don't have Helldivers. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Rust. I've never actually played Rust, even though it's quite aged at this point, and I should have tried it. I think Rust is extremely CPU heavy, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So at some point, I needed to get that game and test it out. Oh yeah, Brian, I do hope that you're doing okay, man. I know that you announced some big news one of the last times you were in here, but also like everything else is going well. I know you said you had a little more time than expected for what you were, talking about, but hopefully that search has gone well and you found something. But we're gonna try Fortnite very briefly here because this is a terrible game. It's terribly optimized no matter what you're running on it. But CPU based, like this does rely a lot on the CPU compared to the GPU. Like even here, you guys can see. Oh wait, hold on. Let me skip. Oh yeah, you can see like it's stuttering, and the CPU is pretty hot on a very. Yeah. Do so about that. Yeah, you should text me about that. So we'll jump in here. And play this. And we won't play a whole lot of Fortnite, but this is just another example of like how, I don't even know what a sprite is. This is another example of like, and I bet a lot of people are going to leave the stream with this part because you're probably all a little bit older and don't care about this, but this is a good example of like, when you get into a game that is very CPU demanding, this will probably have some lag. I am at, because I've tried testing Fortnite before on like slower CPUs, especially if you're doing like the build version, and like you can teleport through stuff, the builds won't place, that kind of thing. So we'll just kind of drop in, probably get ourselves killed, but try to build some stuff and show you like that it can run bad. And I'm not even going to try and put this on like a higher setting because actually we should do that. I'll show you because we've been able to run every other game at ultra, epic, whatever those nice settings are. So I want to try it here. Ooh, the first ultrasound is fun. Yeah, chat disconnected again. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what it's doing over there. Okay, not performance. Can I change this? Textures, epic, meshes. Oh, I can't change that. Okay, well, I mean, we did some stuff here, I guess. Oh, wait, no, I didn't change it, did I? Uh-oh, I think my baby's crying. Okay, so you guys can see, I think, 160 FPS, but that's never like, Fortnite FPS is almost never an accurate indicator. I hope the chat is back for you guys. It keeps dropping on my end for me. Dude, what are you doing? You have other things going on. Don't be worrying about us. You're the one. I should be giving you guys stuff. Yeah, when you guys find out what you have, perhaps we can give you some things if we've got some stuff left over. Dude, did I tell you that? I can't remember if I had mentioned that when you were in here or not. If you donate from, so first of all, if you are on an iPhone, YouTube takes 30% of that. If you are donating through YouTube, YouTube takes another 30% of that. So like they take 60% of anything that you guys donate, especially if you're coming from an iPhone. How crazy is that? All right. All right, so actually it's not running. Where am I being shot at from? Is this a sniper rifle? Oh yeah, there's definitely like some lag in this. Oh, my little one is crying, guys. Oh yeah, there's some latency for sure. What is this? Sprite? What does this do? I don't know. We're gonna go elsewhere. So where is your donation link? I don't really have one. The conclusion is if you play at 4K, even a budget CPU will have the same performance as a flagship CPU. That's pretty accurate, yeah. If you're playing at a 4K level, yeah, pretty much. Oh, I'm bad. Okay, I'm just gonna go over there. How do I get up there? Wow, I am so bad at video games. It's not really lagging as much as I expected it to. I expected it to lag a lot more. Yeah, this is a lot smoother than I was thinking it was gonna go. So kudos to Fortnite here. I'm gonna either die or get this guy, and then we're gonna swap to a different game because this is taking forever. Okay, I give up. Let's leave. Next game. How do I leave this? Oh, here we go. Confirm. That was enough. GPU is way more important than CPU in gaming. That is mostly true. It's not entirely true though, because, well, actually, in fact, here, let me show you an example where if I have this installed, I don't know if this is even still installed. It's not. Dang. PUBG is a game that's notoriously bad at using the GPU. Like, CPU is way more heavy. I'm trying to think if I've got a game in here that really exemplifies like how much you need that CPU. Oh, we did. If you guys weren't here, so I'll go back to this game. If you weren't here, Arc Raiders was a great game that showed how poorly, like your statement there is not entirely correct. And I'm going to show you here in Arc Raiders that your CPU actually does make a difference depending on what game you're playing. So Fortnite is very well optimized. I don't think it is. It's not. Here, let me leave you a heart here. It's not. I knew people were gonna leave because we were playing that. So I'm gonna go back to Arc Raiders here. If you guys didn't see it earlier in the stream, and show you that like this game runs terrible. Not terrible in the sense that like it's not running well, but if you're doing things and you're like in the middle of stuff, you'll start to have a lot of problems. So we're gonna play this and show you guys again, and then if you guys do have like suggestions or things you'd like to see moving forward, please let me know. Like, especially if they're free games, I don't mind downloading them. If they do cost, you know, I might not get it just because games are expensive these days. But let's go ahead and jump into Arc Raiders here. This is an example of where like that blanket statement that like if you have a nice PC, it's going to run a lot better. I don't know how to get rid of that. I think you guys should be able to see that. Like, or if you have a nice GPU, it's going to run better. That's not necessarily the case. We're about to find out like this is going to run poorly when we start getting in action. And if I had PUBG downloaded, you would also see that as well. Like it would start lagging. Fortnite normally does. I'm really surprised it did not. So let me go ahead and show you guys the settings here, just so you can see that I'm telling you the truth. So we're on full screen, VSync is off. We even have the FSR on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Epic, Ray Tracing, Global Illumination. Okay. And you can even see, like if you guys are looking up here, that CPU is cranking out heat because it just like the games that require, even the GPU is really hot. The games that require this kind of stuff, like you would think that the GPU is the biggest factor, but that's not necessarily the case. So like right now, running smooth, we're getting consistent FPS, like 60 FPS on a Ryzen 5 5500 at Epic or Ultra, whatever the settings were, is very impressive. And in the rain, we're in a rain map, which makes a massive difference. Like that takes a lot of toll off on your CPU. But as soon as I start shooting at things and you know, there's a lot more happening on the screen, you're gonna start to see like it's rough. GPU utilization is a bit low, but not a problem. I mean, it's, 90%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear that music in the background? I'm about to get demonetized here. They're watching Moana. Oh, yeah, did you guys see that one? We didn't even get into anything yet. That was a very hard stutter. Oh, goodbye, world. So it's not every time. And it's not always going to happen. Wow, those things are so tanky. Okay, how do you heal in this game? Yeah, you saw it, right? That's why I try to tell people, it's not until you've tested it and done it several times. There's a lot of blanket statements that come out there, but it's not always the case. Here, I'll probably go out here and start shooting. It was way worse earlier. I'm gonna go out and start shooting at this thing, and if we get a couple more things coming towards us, we'll probably start having a lot more challenges that we face. I want a couple more ships, whatever these things are called here, raiders. No, Ark. Yeah, they're Ark. I'm a raider. They're the Ark. Because if I have a couple, that's when I'll usually start dropping a lot of frames and getting inconsistencies. Yeah, that wasn't going to make it do it. This is really impressive so far. This does kind of take your statement. Yes, this is only 16 gigs of RAM. CPU is running hot. Yes, that is normal for this particular, for this stock cooler. Yes. Well, there you go, you guys. So I am having to rescind my statement that it doesn't always run poorly. When you have a lower end CPU and you pair it with a high end GPU, it's not always going to run bad. Sometimes. Just sometimes. I do want to go, because I do want you guys to have the ability to see it. Because it will happen a lot more when we get around the flying arc, because I assume it's just more computational stuff. So I might go over here and get myself shot at and stuff. What RAM speed am I running? I think this is 2400. I think this is the end for me. That's not the right button. Yeah, we're not even lagging in this. So you guys might not get to see it then. It might have been just that one stutter. That might be the only thing you guys are going to get to see out of it. Oh yeah, we're dead. So there it is. It's one of those things where it's not too bad. BRB, okay. I think this is 2400. I can't verify that. I probably could look at the inside of this. So Arc Raiders is an example of it will lag. And it didn't lag there as much as it did in the earlier part of the stream. But if you go back to the earlier part of the stream, it was consecutive hard stutters for within a 2-minute period where it was unplayable at points. I think I can see from here. I really think it's 2400. 32. I was wrong. It's 3200. It's a 3200 speed. It's 3200. So it has to be graphically demanding enough or have enough going on with the CPU for it to matter. So we'll load up Counter-Strike 2 here, not a problem. There's really not going to be much of an issue because it's a game that can run on a potato. You'll never have really, you might have lower, what you'll generally see is you'll have a lower low, but it's not low enough that you're sad. Excuse me if that makes sense. You have a 2700X and you have to overclock your RAM to 3200 C14 to have a stable and solid performance. Can you get a free PC? If you sign up for the newsletter and you're in the United States, you can be entered to win one. The next one's going to be in December. Otherwise, if you want to come to Oklahoma at some point in the next couple weeks, I will be hosting a tournament, a rock, paper, scissors tournament. and I'll be giving away a 4790K, and I think I'm going to do it with the 1660 Super. So that will be something that's coming up. I'll have that on my newsletter. I'm going to post when that is. I'm gonna have a sign up sheet. You've been doing that for a while and you never win. Yeah, I only do it right now. I only do it biannually. 4790K is a legendary. Yeah, 4790K is nice. Oh yeah, here. So we'll go max out the settings really quickly for you guys, and you'll see like in a game like this, it's almost irrelevant because it's already all maxed. A game like this is irrelevant because it runs on a potato. So in a scenario like this, like you're never gonna have problems or run into like hard lags or stutter or anything. Like the game looks really good and it's running really well, even on, wow, I'm really bad at video games. Even on a 5500. There's no issues. You're afraid OK is too far for you? Yeah, I'm sorry. If I have a bigger platform and I'm doing this full time at some point, I've considered like traveling and hosting tournaments for giveaways and stuff. But you got to understand, like right now, I'm just a guy that supports his family. I don't even make any money on YouTube. Like anything that you guys have seen come in, think that I might make, like it still hasn't covered what I've spent to get the tech, things like that. Like I'm still in the negative. So like all the giveaways and stuff that I'm doing, I'm not making any profit off of it. At some point I would like to do that and hopefully have like an audience, enough people to give and things like that. But I'm just not a big enough creator at this point in time. Great channel, by the way, you deserve better. Hey, I appreciate that. That's the thing about like growing before you're like capable or want to. Evening, hello Necronics, how are you? So yeah, this is Counter-Strike. You're not really getting to see a whole lot on this. I don't want to waste your guys' time on Counter-Strike because it's going to run on a potato. Whether you have the fastest computer in the world or you have a Steam machine, I guess shots at Steam. How do I get out of this? Where's the exit? Oh, there we go. Exit to main menu. It'll run. It's not gonna have any issues. So we're gonna go ahead and drop out of this. I can't think if there were any other games that I had that I wanted to show you guys. I guess even Apex Legends is not demanding enough. You know what? Maybe I'll make you guys sit through the shaders on Black Myth Wukong because what was it? How do you say your name? Pero Guerrero. You said that you could play 4K on anything and it's gonna run fine. I will just have us sit through enough time because compiling shaders stinks. So that we can play Black Myth Wukong because this is a game where you will see, I don't think it's as CPU heavy as it is GPU heavy, but it's pretty much both heavy. So you'll see that like we'll drop down and have some problems. And then I was talking about this earlier in the stream, you guys, like this is where you're gonna be at a disadvantage spending less money on a CPU. This will take a lot longer. On my 250KF Plus, if you were to do this on a 9600X, or like even something crazy like a 9800X 3D, 9950X 3D, that's gonna take you no time at all. But because we're on a Ryzen 5 5500, it's just like a turtle race essentially. And the CPU is running extremely hot. We're at 83 degrees. And like if I were to put my hand over here, this thing is just so slow. The SSD can make a difference, but I've taken the same SSD and put it in probably 20 different computers at this point. It's 100% the CPU. The CPU, like the SSD might contribute to it, but the CPU makes a massive difference in how long it takes. So like the quality of life thing is something that you have to consider when you're purchasing a lower end CPU. If you're just trying to go budget, just be aware like it's gonna take a little longer to load. If you don't care, who cares? You're still gonna get a pretty good performance whenever you go in to play the actual game itself. So like you guys will see when we get in here, Black Myth Wukong is gonna run pretty well at okay settings, but once we start to go too high, this game even eats like nice CPUs alive for breakfast. So we'll see that anyway. So What is the most powerful component you have? Never thought the shader issue exists. It's definitely an issue. It's an issue that like your CPU will impact it a lot. The most powerful component I have is probably the 9070 XT. I would say like that's the nicest thing I own. I don't really buy like nice stuff. I actually traded for the 9070 XT. I had a 5070 and I traded $400 cash and a 2080 Ti for the 9070 XT that I have, a Ryzen 5 5600X, a motherboard, a case. Actually, the case that I'm going to be giving away for the 4790K. This case was a part of it, a Corsair case. That, and I'm trying to think if there was anything else a part of that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it was like $400 cash at 5070 for all that stuff. So like, I don't care for a 5080 or 5090. I don't need a 9800 X3D. Like the only way I would get to something like that is if I traded up for it. But the problem is like, I only really want stuff for content, and having $1,000 to $2,000 worth of like one piece of equipment, I can't make 10, 15, 20 videos on that. And also it doesn't really fit into like the budget audience as well. Like most of the people on here would be intrigued to see a 5090, but they don't really care. Like it doesn't relate to them because they're not going to go out and buy a 5090. Like that's a 1% of the 1% population. No one can afford that. That's more than like a lot of people's cars. So, you know, for me, it just doesn't make sense to like invest in expensive equipment. That's like what I want to do one of the videos on next is like get a 5050 and the RX 9050, because those are brand new budget options. And like, I want to figure out how they might compete with like a 9070 XT, or how will they compete with each other. Like one of the 9050 has a 4 gigabyte VRAM option. That's terrible, but is it really that bad? Like, did they create something in there that like helps it handle things a little better? So I don't like to tie up a lot of money into like single components, if that makes sense. Also, again, here, look, I've been yammering on this whole time and we're only at 42% shader compilation. So it takes a really long time for those kinds of things to go through. That loading speed is very slow. You're fitted a few of those 5500 that are fine with Thermalright commute coolers. Yes. So if you do the 5500 and you throw on an aftermarket cooler. So I did what was it? I did a tournament where I gave away, so on Facebook Marketplace, I gave away a free PC for Christmas. All people had to do was message me and tell me like what the PC was for, who it was for, why, like all that kind of stuff. And I actually had people like, I put up on a post there originally like, hey, does anyone want to donate parts for this? And someone gave me a Be Quiet AIO cooler. There was like a $100 cooler on the 5500 and it looked really cool, but it was extreme overkill. And like right now we're sitting at 85 degrees. It would have kept that thing like 60 degrees. So like you could 100% go out and buy a nice cooler for it, but why would you spend more on that kind of cooler than you would on the CPU? So you should just get like a $20 aftermarket cooler, fan cooler, if you're gonna rock like a 5500. But you guys can see like this is horrendous. So I'm gonna play this last game, call it a day, because my wife is probably ready for me to go help take care of the little ones and just be available. So we'll play this game. You guys will get to see like how that 55 does impact it, because the 9070 XT, I can't remember if I ran Black Myth Wukong on it or not. I did a video months ago where I have a 4K TV that I plugged. I think I had the 9600X at the time. So I had a Ryzen 5 9600X and the 9070 XT, and I set up a 4K TV hooked up to it, and I did Cyberpunk. I did Warhammer Space Marine 2. I think we did Black Myth Wukong, but I did everything on 4K with everything maxed out, and it played every game, all of them, on a mid-level CPU. I would consider the 9600X personally like higher end to the average person because it's on AM5. It's pretty fast, like, but most people consider it mid. But yeah, I plugged all that in with the 9070 XT, which a lot of people say is not a 4K card. Ran all of it flawlessly, 60 plus FPS. Sometimes I think we might have gotten down to like 40 or 50, but like this is a 75-inch TV on 4K with 120 hertz refresh rate. So it ran really well. We're almost done with the shaders. You should try running Star Citizen. It runs bad on everything. Is that game free? I think you have to pay for Star Citizen, don't you? Now here's another thing. I've talked about this before. Like, you guys can't see it because I'm not in a spot for you to see it. But when you're using like an AMD card, you will lose your cursor. So like, not in here, but like when I come down here, it's doing it really well now. So it's not a good example. But like, I'll lose my cursor when I go to type in something. Here, let me just pull up Copilot for you guys. Is it working? No, it's not. No, it didn't work. So terrible example right now, but like, I can't go to that right now. I'll have to go to it later. I don't know how much Star Citizen costs. I can't remember if it was free or not. We're gonna be stuck loading this now. They do a free trial sometimes, but it's not free. Oh, they do a free trial sometimes. The Ryzen 5800X3 is $343 right now. Why? Like, ask yourself. I can't even get into the game. Like, ask yourself why you would want to buy a 5800X3D. Like, why? Why would you pay $383? I haven't had a chance to use one before, and I know they're nice, but it's still on the AM4 platform. And you could go buy, I think at this point you could get, what is it? 9800X3 or 7800X3D. I think you can buy a 7800X3D for that price, or just hear me out, just buy one of the Intel Core Ultras. Buy a 250KF Plus or a 270KF Plus. Like, I would love to see the 270KF Plus. I'm sure that, I think it's like a $250, $300 CPU. I bet it blows away the 5800X3D, like completely. I could be wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys in here. All right. I don't know what settings we have on here right now. Don't buy it if you want to try to do that. I'm an early backer and love it, but I would not recommend it to other people. I mean, if you are on AM4 and you can't make the jump, so let's say that you have like a 5600X, you're already on a nice PC. You've got a 3080, 4070, something like that. And you're sitting on 32 or 64 gigs of RAM, and like you just don't want to make the jump to AM5 because of how much it costs, fine. Buy a 5800X3D, whatever, right? But like, why would anyone else do it? So we're gonna go ahead and go to Cinematic, apply that. Again, this is a 5500. It might not give us any lag at all. I also don't know where I'm going. Is it this way? We might not get any lag at all, but Black Myth Wukong eats PCs alive. I'm not getting any lag. This is pretty impressive so far. I can't remember if I can go this way. Yeah, I haven't had any stuttering or latency or input delay or anything like that, so. Good for Black Myth Wukong here, because normally I have issues. I think if we go in through here, we're gonna like fight some frogs or something. Oh, here we go. Let's fight this guy and see if there's any problems. Oh, this is smooth. Pereiro Guerrero, your statement earlier is proving to be true on some of these instances. This guy is terrible. I say that, but watch him beat me. Wait, how do I heal? How do you heal in this game? Oh, R. Oh, okay, okay, I take it back, I'm sorry. Okay, dude, I get it. You're better than I am. Ow, 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 ow. 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 Guys, I'm really bad at video games. really bad at video games. I don't know. We're getting owned here. But it's running really well, so I guess the blanket statement is actually working here. There's no way I have the patience to beat this guy. What are you doing? Should I actually try to beat him? I don't think I can. I'm kind of just button mashing for you guys. Sorry, I'm not reading these chat messages, you guys. I'm just going to let him kill me. So I think this is proof enough here that it's good. It's good. I didn't get any lag there. I expected to get lag. So the blanket statement might be correct here. Star Citizen. Hold on. Let me catch up on these messages really quickly, you guys. So let's talk about Star Citizen. 5500. That's not bad, bro. Mine's 3600 with 5070 Ti. Dude, that's a massive bottleneck. So I personally think that the 5070 Ti is probably slightly better, and even a lot of people have tested it, like it's slightly better than the 9070 XT, but dollar per performance, it's way worse. Like way more expensive, you get way less out of it. So that's a massive bottleneck. Bennett, have a nice day as well. 5,500 price, money off in the UK, and with discount there's a banging little CPU, you'll build a lot of custom H2O rigs. Yeah, so the 5500 is a really great option at the price that it's at. I mean, in fact, the most viewed video I have is like how much GPU can a Ryzen 5 5500 handle. And I did test the 9070, I think I tested the 9070 XT in that video. Also, you guys, this thing is running so hot right now. So that seems like a good conclusion of kind of like how well this is gonna run. I might pair I don't know what I'm going to do next. I might pair the 5500 with like a 3060 Ti. I might pair it with, we might do the RX 580. We might do that for one of the next videos to go like ultra budget. I think you can get these for like $60 or $75. So I'd be interested to see like how some of those games perform on the 5500 and this. In fact, I might do this card. I really like this card. It's got this really cool like sapphire nitro back looking thing on it. Those were good words. It's a really beautiful card, though. I might give this away with the 4790K. Is it trying it on LLM CPU and 100% it's struggling to feed the GPU tokens? That's language I don't speak and not smart enough for. Yeah, so that's kind of a conclusion for me. So I'll tell you guys a couple things. One, if you don't know, I have my newsletter linked in the description below. If you guys want to support, so like when you give on these streams, YouTube takes 30%. If you give through an iPhone, it takes 30%. So I actually only get 40% of that. And like when you're giving, it's helping me get new tech, new games to test out for you guys, like on the streams, on the videos, all that kind of stuff. But also like I do give away PCs on there. So like the next PC that I'm giving away is actually a Ryzen 5 9600X. As long as you're in the United States and you're subscribed to that newsletter, I'll update you of upcoming content and you get to find out new stuff. There's a free version or a paid version. So we're giving this 9600X away in December. If you're in the United States, you subscribe to the newsletter, whether it's the free or paid version, you can do it for free every month or you can do it for $5. I will be giving that PC away with a 3060 Ti. So it'll be coming with a 3060 Ti, this Gigabyte Eagle. I'm still working out. It'll probably be 16 gigs of RAM, most likely 16 gigs of RAM. And sorry guys, unless I get tons of like new subscribers that are like paying and stuff, it'll probably come with like half a terabyte of storage because storage is really expensive and I don't have anything right now at the moment. I mean, I have a half that I could probably throw in it, but a terabyte or 2 terabyte is ridiculously expensive. So 9600X, 3060 Ti, you can be on the free version or the paid version, which is $5 a month. If you choose to donate like $50 or more just through like the giving option on there, you're automatically entered, just to throw it out there. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, have enjoyed this, I have lots of stuff to play around with. So I'll probably doing some more streams with like, when I get an SSD in, I'll do a 4790K stream again before I give it away and do the rock, paper, scissors tournament. I have a 3600, so we might go through, run through some graphics cards on that. But yeah, if you have games that you'd like to see, if there are CPUs, anything you'd like to see, always let me know. And if I don't have it, at some point I might consider getting it. But again, keep in mind, it's very expensive to do these kinds of things. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll read some of these off really quickly. I just wanted to do that for like the people that are coming in and watching this as a video, not a live stream. So let me read some of these off before I go real quick. That way you guys get out of here, I can get out of here. Put a better cooler out of it. You might get slightly better boost clocks. The way CPUs work now, these stock coolers suck. The stock cooler on this is terrible. It's really bad. You like the way I do it? It feels like sitting in a buddy's house and he's showing us tech. That's my goal, to be honest. Like, I'm not an expert. I just like playing around with this stuff and hanging out with you guys and chatting. And, before I did fully like edited videos, and I've actually been enjoying streaming. I used to do streaming a while back, but I never got like any traction. But this way is kind of fun because you guys can give your input live. So I enjoy that. Talking about personal AI. Let's just say when I try Red Dead Redemption 2, it struggles on loading the textures. Ooh, that stinks. I think you're doing fine. Streaming quality is really good. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, that'll be the spot. Again, if you guys do have any suggestions or anything you would like to see in the future videos, I'm going to start trying to do the newsletter a little more, especially with how many people showed up in this stream. You can know like what's coming out, what to expect. I'll have the 4790K giveaway on there eventually. I just have to wait for some stuff to come in, and then I'm going to get an SSD for it. And I think I have a power supply. So I need an SSD, and then I should be ready to host the event. Just have to get the venue set up. We're going to stream that. So if you guys want to come to Oklahoma, I'll have a sign-up sheet up there. Otherwise, I'll catch all of you guys in the next stream. And